Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing today? Alright, let's get the camera switched over. What's up, y'all? First, okay, Russ. He can take credit for that one. GG's on that one. Hey, Chlor Slug. How you doing, man? Nice to have you. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Alright, so today I'm going to... Oh, I gotta message the customer, but after my announcement, just a summary of what we're gonna try to accomplish today. I'm working on a lift eFoil e-box. It's basically a lift eFoil. For those who don't know, I'll share my screen and give an example of it. Hey, what's up, Falcon? Here, let's give an example of a lift eFoil. So let's screen share. I'll do lift eFoil. All right. Here it is. So basically it's like an electric surfboard. It's like a parafoil but motorized, so you can basically propel yourself. Being in Florida, you know, there's a lot of surfers where I am. So I'm going to show you guys exactly what I'm working on. It's one of the it's the power module for it. This guy, the E-box. This is what I'll be working on. I've been working on this quite a few times. When I first worked on it, we thought it was just a relay that went bad, a solid state relay, but it ended up being a little bit more. Water breached the gasket, so a lot of salt water came in and corroded the original unit. Thankfully, the customer has been working closely with me and he was able to source a donor unit. And thanks to that donor unit, now we have two units that I'm going to try to amalgamate and make one that works. So we're going to see about getting that accomplished today. The issue I was facing before was that I didn't have a soldering iron that could source enough heat into solder joints, because there's some thick gauge wires that transfer power to the foil. So that soldering iron came in. It's like 100 watt, super huge. You'll see it. So I'm looking forward to using that. So anyway, let's get started. Let's switch on over to the overhead cam, and while I do that, I'm going to message the customer because he wanted me to do that. So I'm gonna let him know. Just let him know that I'm going live. Just went live. He might even be here already. Alright. He's been messaged. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. New tools? Oh yeah, baby. I can't wait for that thermal, I mean, you know, it's supposed to be, I guess, a hint. But yeah, I can't wait for the thermal camera to come in. That's going to be nice. So yeah, here's the new soldering iron. I mean, in comparison to the soldering iron I was using, you know what I mean? It's like, this is you, this is the guy she tells you not to worry about meme, you know what I mean? Classic meme template. So yeah, we're going to work on that today. I'm going to try to get those thick gauge wires transferred over, because that's what I needed more heat transfer for. Okay. He said he's at work, so... Thermal can, someone wake up Ice Squish. So the packaging was already a little bit breached, but that's okay. So we're gonna open this up. It's a Weller. In fact, my dad's the one that sent this to me, and I just went full trust mode on my dad and just ordered it. Because, you know, he's been a senior avionic technician for a long time. Oh, is this the kickstand they expect you to like rest this on so you don't burn your workstation? Okay. Alright, I can see that. Put that there for now. Alright. Let me know in the chat if you guys actually like keep these notes and these types of instruction manuals and whatnot. I think I'll keep this. I have a drawer in my garage, so I don't have to look at it, so I just throw manuals and stuff in there. I summoned him? Just me? Hey, Oscar! Alright. Fact, here. Put this in the can. Alright, let's get the eFoil on the board, and we're going to see about what we need to do here. So here's one of the eFoils. Here's the donor unit that I'm going to be swapping the good parts into. Weller's an OG brand, right? Oh yeah, Weller is OG, triple OG. Back in the day, it was basically just Weller, and then Heiko came around, and like Metcal. There's some other brands. Oh, so you keep the manuals too, huh, Chlor Slug? All right, I'm not the only one. Nice. Let's rotate this, get better lighting. Oh yeah, I had to get a new glove. So last night, my AC decided to go out at my house, or my dwelling decided to go out at like 1 a.m. And I'm like sitting there just chilling after I got home, and it's like getting warm, and I'm like, yo, what the heck? Why is it getting warm? So like I go, you know, and I've worked on AC units before. I mean, it's just kind of my habit to just take a crack at something before calling, you know, an outside third party. And it was like, you know, I went outside, mind you, 1 a.m. I go outside, I'm like, okay, is it the capacitor? But I'm like, no, the AC unit's too new. I checked the contacts, and the contacts were good. That basically turn on the compressor whenever you activate your thermostat. I'm like, okay, so it must be at the air handler. So here I am, I go to the air handler, and you know, it's not turning on. So I'm like, okay. So I check the float, and there's water in the float. But I'm like, what the heck? Why is there water in the float? Because basically, there's a pipe that comes off of your air handler that's supposed to basically go to a float that's supposed to turn your AC off so it doesn't fill up with water. Like you don't flood that area due to excess condensation and it not being able to drain. So anyway, I'm like, okay, so the float has water in it. But I'm looking down the pipe. The drain pipe is free and clear. So I'm like, how did water collect here? And it turns out like the root cause was that I guess whoever installed the AC unit, that whatever company, local company installed it originally, they didn't angle that tube properly for water to kind of drain back. So that's how my night went. So it was fun. Anyway, I'm glad I didn't like freak out or anything. And if anything, I would have just thugged it out for the night, you know, if it was really that bad. But thankfully it wasn't. So, all right. So we need to get this solder joint off because I'm running out of. Sorry, I was distracted. A BMS? What's BMS? At Chlor Slug. Still have a Weller soldering gun from the 70s? Oh, that's kind of sick. Anywho, I had to bring an extension cable in here because I'm maxing out all my outlets. So I figure, you know what? The barrel of the iron may display a slight red glow due to the high performance of this iron. This is normal until the iron reaches its workload temperature. See reverse side. Warning: the use of Weller soldering irons in a non-Weller stand can lead to overheating and possible fire. Okay, noted. And this one doesn't have a switch, so as soon as you plug it in, it's go time. So let's get that there. Alright, and while this thing, because, you know, it holds a lot of heat, it's going to take a while to heat up, so. Alright, got it plugged in. Now, I'm going to go find my other tube of flux, which I'm pretty sure is in this drawer right here. There it is. I was like, man, I know I have more flux. Okay. It's not Amtech though, it's chip quick, which is fine. That's what we use at work. It's just tack flux, you know, the thick stuff. Alright, here's the flux. Oh, okay. I gotta find a way to try to work around this thing. Oh, I hate when they have like a plastic nozzle. I can't stand that. I prefer when they have a metal nozzle. Woo, that thing is heating up, boy. You can smell it. You can smell it. It's funny, when you like use an iron for the first time, or if you've ever worked on exhaust components, they put like this oil coating on it to prevent like oxidation. And when that stuff burns off, boy, you can smell it. That's for sure. Alright, we got our new flux dispenser all set up. Now, I want to fight with this thing as little as possible, but I can't fully remove it from the shell. So this is where Omnivice comes into play. Omnivice. Device. Device. That's a little too tall. Here, let's go to step 2. That should be good. But yeah, how y'all doing this Wednesday evening? Hump day? Everybody chilling? Alright, so we're gonna hold this in our vise. Unfortunately, there is one solder joint that I won't be able to get to very easily without removing the daughter card, so that's gonna be fun, but doable nonetheless. Especially now that we have basically a soldering iron that can dump a bunch of heat. Ooh, look at that thing, boy! That is beefy. It's like the Bigoron sword. It's like Master Sword, Kokiri sword, Bigoron sword. Little Ocarina of Time reference. I don't even think this thing is like fully... Nice. That's what's up. Well, I'm glad you're here, Russ. Alright, let's get this thing fluxed up. Alright, it's nice and fluxed up. Alright, approach it. This angle. Alright, actually, let me get my sponge nice and juicy with some water. Yeah, so I had someone call me today, and they asked me if I work on tape-and-reel audio recorders, and I'm like, nope, never worked on one before. And I think that kind of turned them off. But I was like, there's a lot of things I've never worked on before, but I'm like, I'm an electronic engineer, like, I could probably figure it out. But he didn't believe. That's okay. Alright, let's see. Let's see if this thing is enough, if it has enough heat. Here, let me see if I can get this thing more. Oh boy. You know what? Hold on one second. Let me put my mask on so I don't have to breathe this stuff in. Yeah, probably for the best. Yeah, I try not to. Yeah, a rule of thumb I've kind of picked up when it comes to this whole business thing is just like don't overly chase like jobs or whatever. Because, that's alright. It's like that whole concept of having an abundance mindset. Like, more things will come, man. It's not that big of a deal. It's not the end of the world. I would have loved to take a crack at it. It's like that trading card sealer or grader machine that I worked on. I was able to fix it. And I've never worked on one of those before. I don't even know where you get parts for it. And I was able to fix it. And those are the kind of challenges I like. It's like ones I don't know. I have to figure it out. That's fun. That's dope. Alright, so I'm gonna try to dual wield this thing, see if I can get these wires desoldered. Now see, these ones aren't as important to try to maintain, but I'm gonna still have to. And if, I guess at the last resort, I guess I could splice the wires, but I really don't want to do that. I prefer to keep them intact. Definitely doing a better job, but still don't think it's enough heat. Plus this thing, the heat is getting dissipated throughout the whole heat sink on the bottom. Oh, wait. Don't speak too soon. Them is some thick wires. Yeah, I think they're probably like 0 gauge. Here, let me add some more flux. Trying to maintain heat. Sucks that this capacitor is right next to it. I gotta think. There's gotta be like a superb way to do this somehow. It's like I need two of these things. You know what? Let me try to remove solder. Let me try that. Let me see how effective this would be. Yeah, this is one of those more experimental streams. I do feel a lot of heat on this thing because the whole heat sink is still absorbing all of the heat of trying to remove this. This is an interesting technique I'm using. I've never had to do something like this before, but I think I'll get it. And if not, I guess I'll need to order another one of these things. Or I can cut it, and then from cutting it, there should be less heat to deal with, or less metal to deal with, so it'll be easier to heat this thing up. Cut it close to the solder point? Exactly, that's exactly what I'm thinking, Russ. It's right now, this is just not enough. Still. Alright, let's try cutting it. To cut this thing, it's going to require some big cutters. be rough is okay, so that's one cut off and removed. And while I'm here, I'm just gonna cut this one. Oh snap. Didn't even affect these things. They're so heat resistant, the insulation. Insulation in your home provides resistance to heat. No thank you, Siri. No thank you. Just play my stream. Thank you. Just let me monitor chat. Here, let's clean up my work area a little bit. Man. Alright. We will get this stuff off, I promise. I know this is a little unorthodox from like video games, but electronics are electronics. If electrons flow through it, then I have to work on it. At least that's what I've been telling people. Give them some confidence. Alright, I'm gonna stay put. Alright. Don't need as much. It's enough. Yep, just like that. Okay. Okay, a bit of it. Let's try to get the rest of it. It's all stranded. Try to get it off as clean as possible. But it is working. What a ground plane, man. Alright, there's more of it. I did not add leaded solder. At least not to this one. Alright, so that cleared that side off. Nice. Oh yeah, I didn't think to do that. I'm glad you said that, because that reminds me, I have low temp indium solder that I could have used. Man, that would have made this thing a breeze. Okay, so I marked these, but I'm not entirely sure. Alright, so here's the piece we're going to be soldering on. I have to expose some wire here. I'm going to use a blade to cut get this insulation back. This is another reason why I wear gloves. Protect my money makers. You should all protect your money makers. I'm a noob? Nah, man, you're good. No, that is smart though. Adding leaded solder would lower the overall melting temperature of the solder joint. Because I'm pretty sure this was made to RoHS lead-free compliance. It's just I can't believe I forgot that I had indium solder, which the melting temperature of that is like 80 C. It melts very early. So if I mix that with the lead-free and leaded solder, then I won't need as much heat to get it liquidous. Which is overall a win when it comes to trying to remove this. Oscar's funny. I like that, Oscar. Hype up the boys. See, that's why I'm kind of glad y'all are here commenting, because it got my brain thinking on that train of thought sooner than later. Okay. Excuse me. Did I mark it on here as well? Yes, I did not. Should have. Darn it. Okay. Oh yeah, for you guys just tuning in, here I'll show you the original one. The one that originally belonged to the customer. When saltwater breached it, you can see the major corrosion. Like major corrosion. We even lost some components, major corrosion from the salt water. In Roman tech theaters, I was born in the 1900s, that's funny. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can get that other one out without having to take out the whole, the daughter PCB. It's gonna be my goal. Alright, here's that indium solder I was talking about. Or is it indium? It may not be. No, I guess it's not indium. I thought it was indium. I guess it's just leaded. It's just low melt solder. Leaded low melt solder. This stuff melts so quickly. Alright, slowly but surely, you're going to be able to remove material, because it's stranded wire. It's a good thing they use a stranded. Well, there's no way they could have used solid core. This thing is way too thick for that. Also, huge perk of silicone mats is you can just throw stuff on here and not worry about it burning anything. Like the old style ESD mats. I think these silicone mats can handle up to like 800 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh, be careful. Let's see if I can add low melt solder. Yeah, it splashes like that because it stays liquid as so long, but once it dries up, it's not a problem, or it cools off. Nice, 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 nice. 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 Alright, that worked pretty well. Alright, let's collect all these solder blobs, get them put in the proper waste receptacle. I'm not good with dates, still a virgin too. You're funny, man. You're a funny man. It's a good joke. Alright, so the only thing now is I need to remove the old indium solder. I think wick is my best bet here. Let me add some flux. I wander too much. Not all who wander are lost. That's that like live, laugh, love type meme or quote that was everywhere for a while. I am very glad that I was able to desolder this thing without having to fully separate the daughter board, because it's just tedious. I did it on the first unit. It's just extremely tedious. Takes a lot of time. And around these parts, we like to be as efficient as possible. You know what I mean? Alright, so there's a little bit of strands left. Let's see if I can take care of that with this method. Oh, no, it was just solder. Okay. Nice. Let's see if we can get the solder to flow. Nice. Alright, I think we have our landing pads prepped. Prepped for landing. God, this thing is freaking massive. Oh my gosh. I literally feel like I'm wielding the sword, the Soul Calibur, man. Like I'm Nightmare or something. It's freaking huge. That's what she said. Pause. It's my Michael Scott joke for the day. Nice. I'm glad we're getting there, man. We are getting there. The only thing now is I need to make sure I put my tie these things in at the proper orientation. It's the only thing. And when I labeled it, I could have done a better job labeling it, but I think I took pictures, so let me reference my phone. Is shot living in Cali comes with consequences. That's funny, man. Alright, my photo gallery. Let's see. Trying to see if I can find some reference images. Okay, show the shorter cable. Okay. Man, this is why it's good to take pictures, guys. You can always reference them later, and pictures have saved my butt more times than I can remember because of lack of properly documenting something. So. Okay, so the longer length wire goes there. Okay, so the longer length wire goes in the back, which means here, so it needs to go like this, and then that one like that. Okay, figured it out. Shout out to pictures. Just got back from the store and saw that Big Bertha soldering iron. It actually came in clutch. You didn't get to see it in use. You will as I try to reinstall these wires again. The thickest of wires, my friend. The big chungus wire gauge wire. That's how you know it's pushing a lot of power, man. Alright, let's see. Let's see if I can find another one that's more straightforward. No, okay. Yeah, I love taking pictures, man. Not just for like Instagram and all that stuff, but just the amount of savage. Oh snap, it's Juan! Watching this and working out is tougher than I thought. Maybe because I'm 35 thinking I'm 25. Maybe I should have stretched before this stream. I mean, with a soldering iron like this, you probably should stretch. You know what I mean? I'm trolling. I'm sorry. You know what? Let me tin these tips here, or these wires. I'm gonna tin them. So that way, it can be easier to solder in. Which is a crazy concept to try to tin something this chungus. Alright, so I'm not gonna use too much solder before, like, you know, I'm trying to get it on the board. I can always fill in more solder. I just think it'll be easier to solder it down to the PCB once I get the tins tipped, or get it on the PCB. Mr. Obi-Wan. This music reminds me of music from the video game Tumba. I don't know if you guys heard it. The recent limited run games recently re-released it, but it was originally on the PlayStation 1, or the original PlayStation. Excuse me. Alright. Tips are tinned. Just caught a cramp laughing thinking about you dancing in the MC Hammer pants to this beat. That's right. Don't you ever forget that image out of your head, okay? If I can never look at Baby Oil the same, you can never look at MC Hammer the same. That's right. Be cursed, just like the rest of us have to be. Alright, so the long one is here. And I should probably do that one first because it's going to be more of a pain in the butt. Almost like I just need more length. Let's do that. Also, what's your workout day today, Obi-Wan? If you get a sec between a set, let me know. Because I did legs Sunday and I could barely walk still. So, RIP to my legs. Worth it though. Sunday, the one official day I have off, what am I doing? Working out. What a life. But it's worth it though. Cause like I have some back injuries and if I don't work out, they flare up and then it's even worse. I almost basically have to exercise to not be in pain. You know what? Maybe I should extend this one too while I'm at it. Yeah. That's another thing too. I've always liked the idea of when I see YouTube like streamers, they'll like do like some exercises on their stream, like briefly, like you know, do some push-ups so they're not sitting the whole time. I always liked that idea. I don't know if I would actually do that, but we could see. And this sounds like Persona music. I'm gonna cut this RTV off because it's getting in my way. And I have more RTV that I can apply, so I'm not worried there. Now that we got that out of my way, let's see about getting this guy proper position, soldered in. Alright. Get a mini treadmill for under your desk while you work. You know what? It's not a bad idea. I actually used to have one of those things. They're great. They're really good. Just getting my steps in without having to go outside. And it's, you know, living in Florida, it could get real miserable real fast when it comes to the temperature out here. Alright, let's just hold the heat there. We're going to try to feed some solder. You know what? Let me scoot that thing over. You gotta like manhandle this thing. It's not like normal electronics where they're all nice and tiny. It's like this stuff is thick. Alright, let's see. Yeah, a little concerned about that. And then you know what? Let me flatten it down. Let me try to flatten this thing. Thick with 2 C's. Wow, you say that too? What the heck? That's crazy. I'd be saying that at work. Like it's like thick with like 3 C's and whatnot. Thickums. My man. I'm glad I'm doing this one first because this is going to be the more difficult one. Gotta get creative with this thing. Yeah, I'm gonna be working with the customer, and hopefully, you know, our schedules could align where I can record a video of him using it. I think that'll be really cool to see. For people to see, like, oh wow, went from broken, rusted out to working. That would be cool. Yeah, he said he's super down to do it. So I'm like, heck yeah. Thanks. Help promote the channel. I can show off, like, I can do more than just video games, because it's kind of... I like to have a variety of things to work on. Just keeps things very interesting. Hold it. Nice. Okay, now we're gonna add leaded solder. And I have to hold it down so that it doesn't wiggle on me, which it seems to like to do. I wish I had that little finger device that lets you like feed solder into something. I don't know if you guys ever seen that. It's like a solder dispenser on your thumb or something like that. I seen that thing and I was like, what the heck? That's insane. Wish I had thicker gauge solder wire. Just keep holding, just keep holding. Alright, one side down, one more to go. Nice. Alright, now we can do the other side, the other wire. Get this thing in there. Get this thing flattened up. Man, had the old slipperoonie. Going to catch some Z's asleep. Here, catch you later. Bye, chat. See you, Falcon. Nice to have you here as always, man. Hopefully next time you see this thing, it'll be in some water. Don't want to lose my heat that I'm dumping in. Man, I really wish I had thicker solder gauge. Or thicker gauge solder. Not a good solder joint. Oh, 8-bit repair. Oh, someone else had it out too. Oh. Later, 8-bit. Oh, okay. Now I understand the lingo. No. Alright, let's cool this thing down quicker. Alright, cool. Let's try to get this thing cleaned up a little bit. It's protection. Y'all are funny, man. Alright, RTV. Where's my RTV? There you are. Hopefully this stuff is still good to go. We need to put it and let it cure. Alright, so now that this is at this point, we got the fresh wire soldered on. Fluid? Popping in. What's going on, Jeff? Oh, hey, player one. How's it going? Working on that electric circuit board, electrical box. Just got the donor parts, the potentially good donor parts swapped in. So. Oh no. I just wrecked myself. Oh no. I was supposed to pass these through the holes first. Oh no. Okay. That's no big deal. Okay. Oof. That hurts. That hurts. I'm not gonna lie, guys. That hurts a little bit. Shout out to Leaded Solder. Alright. That wasn't so bad. Where are my tweezers? There you are. I know, that's what feels bad, guys. That's what feels bad. Alright, I got the practice run done. It's like Mario Party, you know? Someone stays in practice a little too long, you get annoyed, but sometimes that practice helped you win the minigame. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Let me look at my reference picture. So the one that goes to the front goes left. Okay. Oh no. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Because I flattened them from trying to install them, they don't fit inside the hole. So I could either cut and lose some thickness or try to reshape them. Or I'll try to reshape it first. Yeah, let's do that. Let's try to reshape it first. Alright, tightened up that spread a bit. See if we can do the same with this one. His name is Todd? What does he do? Now you got me curious. What does this Todd fellow do? Good fellow Todd. Todd's Video Games and More, huh? He sounds like an interesting fellow. Alright, let's pass these through. I would need to give myself as much slack as I possibly can. So it's going to make installing this be a little bit more of a pain, but no big deal. Huh, I'll have to check them out for sure. I mean, if you're recommending them. Reference picture. Okay. What is it that you're repairing? I'm working on a lift eFoil. It is the brains portion of an electric surfboard. He's a dentist by day job? That's interesting. So lift eFoil e-box is what I'm working on. And I kind of did an oopsie, so now I gotta undo my oopsie. My oopsie poopsie doopsie. Now I gotta do this thing on hard mode. $6 a.m. your time? Oh, snap. Oh, hopefully it feels better. That's probably one of the worst things, is being sick, man. I hate that. Let's see if I can flatten this thing out so I can work on it. Oh, this is gonna make my life harder. That's okay. I wonder if I can loosen up these screws just to give me a little bit more clearance. Show you his thermal cam? Alright, so basically now I just need to get this wire underneath so I can solder it down to that large pad. But because I've already soldered it once, it kind of deformed the cable, which is making it a bit harder. And now I have to like try to reform it into what I need. It's gonna be a pain, but let's give it a try. Even if I can just flatten it out, that would be good. He's a stream machine? Oh, snap. You don't play, huh? Alright. Got it where we want it. Now let's solder it down. Try to hold this thing down. Kinda out of the norm. Well, this is one of them for sure. The other thing I got planned is, you know, me going to South Carolina. That's a little unorthodox. Trying to think. I've been working on my website, learning HTML and trying to get that up and running. I just added a newsletter feature, so that way I can send out updates via email. However, I had it working and then I broke it once I added my my own domain on there, so I gotta figure that out. So that's gonna be fun. Figure out why that's not working. PHP is really fun also. What's PHP? Do you have a thermal camera? No, not yet, but I do have one coming. Make sure to clear that off. Alright, and then I can use RTV. That'll hold that down. Yeah, thermal camera is going to be a stinking game changer. Want one so bad. It would help so much. There's some like backlog of repairs that I know as soon as I get a thermal camera, they will go from backlog to completed. Because I'll just be able to isolate what's wrong. Especially like a short, you know? Shorts you can isolate in a jiffy with the proper thermal camera. Zoomies Designs started following me. Oh, cool. seeing a lot of buzz on the South Carolina Game Show. It's like every day they announce another YouTuber on the list. Oh, that's sick. Next year, hopefully, I hope to make it on that list. I'll do what I can to hopefully make it on that list. I think that'll be sick. And then, you know, I don't know how many repair guys they have, but I think it would be a unique perspective to talk to a repair guy who's also a gamer. Also, I'm finally picking up that second monitor, so that way I can have a monitor here instead of having to look that way to see you guys. And then I'm going to put a camera on it too, so that'll give another camera angle. I feel like that'll be cool. I'd kick down a few bucks. Oh man, that'd be sick. You know, I've always thought of that, like doing like donation goals and sub goals and all that stuff. But oh, see you 8-bit. Feel like I didn't really get to interact with him too much. My bad. That's what happens with these unorthodox projects. Require a bit more focus. Alright, let's clean it off again. Then I'm going to put RTB. And then I'm going to put this project to bed for a little bit. And then I will reassemble it another time. Because the RTB is going to need to fully cure. Clean. But what a project this was, man. If I can get this thing working, oh, that would be so cool. I just think it would be cool to show, like, other things I can work on, man. Let's clear up these strands that got all loose. Yeah, video game repairing should be a pretty cool feature at the gaming show. The ones I've been to, well-known YouTubers and celeb vendors, such. Can't wait to see it working. I'm sure you will. Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate the confidence. Alright, RTV. Y'all know what RTV is? You seen this? It's basically silicone adhesive that's not electrically conductive. That's also, it stays kind of squishy, almost like gum. So it can hold things in place and it helps with vibration. This is commonly used in the industry, and this one in particular, RTV 162. So anywhere, any project I'm working on, if I see they had like RTV somewhere, I like to put it back. You shoot for those, keeping the dream alive. Yeah, man, I feel like that'd be a cool thing, because at some point, somebody's got to preserve all these consoles. They're getting old. They're getting old. Need to have like a nursing home for these things, you know what I mean? They're not all on life support, but they're getting up there. Like at some point, it's a gasket sealer. I use it on engines. Yes, it can also be used for that too. Problem is when you buy this thing and you don't use it all the time, it gets a little clogged. There we go. I broke through the cloggage. You know what? Let me start unplugging the soldering iron because this guy's gonna take forever to cool down. I already know it. Let's do the other. Takes so much force to squeeze this thing. I guess I should have made the nozzle a little bigger. It's pretty tight. So I guess this was just used to fill in that gap so vibration doesn't destroy this thing. Yeah, it's pretty good. Oh, I see an air gap. Talk about grip strength required. I wonder which RTV it is that you use, Russ. Is it 162, just like this one? Excuse me. 30 seconds to heat iron, 30 minutes to cool down. Facts. That is the most factual facts I've ever heard. So all that has time to cure. Alright, I'm gonna put this to the side. We have some things to work on that are more video game related. Ah, my legs are so sore. It hurts so bad. Oh, it hurts to walk. Feel like an elderly person. I guess I'll just have to leave that iron there. Try to work around it. Alright, let me try to clean up all this debris I have. Oh, it's at work. I would have to check. It's thick black stuff. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the gasket sealer kind. I wonder what code it is, because if this one's RTV 162, it's probably like a similar RTV or something, but just a different code, you know? Just to denote, you know, some delta. Let's see. Big clippers, big cutters, omni-vise, solder wick. Cool. And then keep this guy tucked away so I don't burn myself. But what's next up is Stick drift repair. My second most common call or concern item I get called about. I get contacted for. Here, let's see if I can just kind of tuck this out of the way. Get these from up here. I don't need to have these up. Alrighty, and then last but not least, let's clean up all this flux residue that I put on the silicone pad. I mean, imagine, right? Someone's working on your controller and their work surface is dirty. Now you got flux in your analog stick or in your circle button or something. Alright, that's pretty good. Alright, let's do it. Before we get started, I do need to use the restroom, so I'll be right back. And I'll put the controller I'm working on. There. Oh man, hurts so bad. And this controller is getting an upgrade with some Hall effects. Walking never felt so difficult. No pain, no gain. No pain, no gain. Alright, let's do this. I think I have the gumption to do at least one, and then I'm probably wiped for the day, man. Work's been extra butt kicking. And we're not even in crunch season. Player one with the great question, he said, do you have any old retro games on your list that you don't own of playing at some point but haven't gotten a chance to? Yeah, Legends of Dragoon. A friend of mine whose dad plays JRPGs and got him into JRPGs at a young age. He played Legends of Dragoon, and he said that's the first game that kind of has the mechanic where you can press a button at a good time in order to defend yourself against certain moves. So I always thought that was really cool because I really like the Mario and Luigi series. So I think that's going to be a cool game to play. I'm looking forward to that one. Alright, let's get this guy tested. Let's see exactly what's wrong with this thing. And then we'll screen share. Also, what do you guys think about the idea of me doing like a 12-hour repair stream or where you can just come in and out? I'm thinking of doing that. Cause you know some of these YouTube streamers, they do like 24-hour streams. I kind of want to work myself up to a 24-hour stream. I feel like that would go kind of crazy. Not gonna lie. All right, let's get this controller tested. Let's see exactly what's wrong. I mean, it doesn't really matter to know because I'm replacing both sticks anyway. But apparently this thing had drift. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it did. They must have pets. I've noticed people with pets, the hair can like get in there. Oh yeah, this thing is pretty gnarly. It's deceptive too, cause look, like it looks kind of normal until you like start to go and like it kind of does its own thing. Okay, all right. Let's go ahead and get this thing upgraded with some Hall effects or TMRs. Hey, Spectator 50. What's good, dude? Good to see you, man. Gobble gobble. I'm gonna attempt to repair an espresso machine. I have it. I have. If not, it's coming to you. All right, bet. Funny enough, yeah, I had a customer drop off a toaster oven that belonged to their mother, so they wanted me to work on it. They think it's just a thermistor, which is like a thermal fuse. Basically, if it gets too hot, it breaks the circuit. So I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll work on it. And that's the thing. I guess, you know what, Player One? That's a better answer to your question. Oh, the PS1. Don't think I played that one either. Yeah, exactly. It is on the PS1. But that answers your question. That's something different and unusual to repair, a toaster oven. So, look forward to that one. Oh yeah, I already see the pet hair. See, man, there's a correlation with people with like animals with long pet hair and them getting stick drift. I've been noticing that correlation. Alright. Anyway, with any regard, let's get this thing apart and then an espresso machine. That sounds interesting, actually. Another thing that's interesting is one of the retro video game stores in the area had like a disc resurfacer, and because I repaired some stuff for them before, they kind of just handed to me like, we kind of just trust you that you'll figure it out. I'm like, okay, never worked on one of these before, so that's another unique item that I could work on at some point. It's kind of hard to invest time into working on something like that because, you know, it's like, where do I get parts? Where do I do this? You know, there's a lot of unknowns, but crap like that doesn't scare me. I'm just gonna be real with y'all. As you can see, I have a high tolerance to failure, and yeah, I'm not really anxious about junk, thankfully. I got those not really anxious genes. And shout out to my dad too. I don't know if he's lurking today. I haven't seen him chat, but he's usually in the background. But shout out to him for kind of always like teaching us that can't is not a word that we should have in our vocabulary. You should always say you're just not able to yet. And you know, he led by example with that too, which helps. So my dad, if you think I'm good at fixing stuff, if you think that, my dad is cracked, man. I've seen this guy do junk, and it's just like it's nothing. Like it's just a Tuesday for this guy, and he's just like, yeah, we're just gonna take care of this and take care of that. I'm like, yo, what are you on, man? Like, how do they make them like that? I don't know if they still do. All right, so with these Xbox Series controllers, you gotta like pop off this side panel cover thing. Oh, it's a pain. You know what? I wonder if it's better to do it from the other end, like this side first. Oh yeah. That's the play. That's the meta. Come from the box side. The box side first. You know what? Let me take that screw out now so I don't have to touch the label. Cause it to not be sticky anymore. What? What? Okay, I was about to say. They got security Torx screws on this one. Man, I can't wait to get that other camera angle. I can't wait to just look at you guys like Nintendo Direct. That other monitor is just waiting for me to pick it up. It's just by the time I get out of work, because I go in a little later because I stay up longer than I should. Usually trying to work on the business because, you know, somebody's got to do the back end stuff. I don't have a staff. So like working on the website, or because I need that. That's like the next priority, is getting the website onboarding set up, because like I said, I don't even advertise on Google yet. And thankfully I'm at like 43 5-star Google reviews, which I'm super grateful for. But yeah, I don't know what's going on, but everybody's like catching wind of me because of the Google reviews, so I show up more. And even in areas that you wouldn't expect, like Orlando, which is like an hour away from where I am. And somebody called from like Sanford today, and like they were wanting to mail in their console to me. I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, mail in is not a problem. Shoot, I've had orders all the way from Washington State before. A SCUF controller. It's just interesting. Interesting how Google works, you know. It's like you don't pay for the ads, but somehow they still push you, which I ain't complaining. You know what I mean? Alright. Let's see, is there a good amount of fur? Not really. It's not that bad actually in here. With your repairs and your sticker merch, any thoughts of making tiny stickers for placing inside consoles like a hidden treasure? Yes, I've thought of that. Kind of like having a signature or like an autograph where I can just put a sticker. I've also considered doing like hollow foil warranty type stickers. But the thing is like, I guess I should have took the thumbstick caps off. That threw me off. Anyway, I've even considered like doing the hollow foils or just a sticker on the console. So like, you know, in the future, if someone wanted to refer back to who worked on it, a sticker with like a QR code so someone could scan it, like if they needed a warranty repair or if they just, you know, something else broke. Also, getting the logo inside people's homes is like a thing in marketing, where the more you have your brand inside someone's home, the more recognizable it is. The more likely it's to come to mind to people. And so they'll contact you again. Even though it's a small brand right now, I don't want to keep it a small brand forever. But I do like that idea. I do like the Easter egg idea. I'm always a man of Easter eggs. I love Easter eggs, whether in video games or like on hardware. How like the Xbox Series S and X motherboards or PCBs have like Master Chief's helmet in them, which is really cool as an Easter egg. Yeah, QR code would be great, today's tech. Exactly. You know, you scan the QR code, let's say it takes you to the website, and it takes you to like the contact us portion of the website, which is almost fully up. It's up, but it's not like fully featured yet. I think that would be awesome. I like that idea. I think we're on the same wavelength there. All right, so these guys, these little pretties, gotta come out. Oh, it's like a QC Sharpie marking. So left, right, left, right. Okay, that keeps it easy and simple. Let's pop these wireless antenna wires off. Alright, those are off. The next thing we need to remove these, it takes you to the video of the repair. That would be sick. Yo, you're a genius. Player one, you're a genius, man. I like that. Imagine, like, it's like, it'll take you to the video of your repair. Now, granted, that would be a bit of work to kind of set up, because then I would have to print the sticker every time. Like, it would be unique stickers every time. But I do like that concept. Maybe I could find a way to link to their particular repair. I was thinking of doing that with my invoicing software. Like, somehow set up a bot or a script where it'll send people to the video of their repair. So it keeps like a track record. I like that idea a lot. Maybe not the QR code, but I think I could implement that in another way. See, man, Player One, man, you be having these good behind ideas, man. I think I need to add you to my marketing department or something, man. I think one day, if I ever get to the point where I can offer you a job, trust me, I will. You'll be part of my marketing team and my podcast department. If you don't have your own by then. We'll call it like Wolfpack Weekly or Wolfpack something. We'll figure it out. I think there's an easy way to get that to work. Oh wait, no, I think I had a pair of tweezers already. Oh no, I didn't. Okay. Alright. So with most of these modern controllers, you need to remove the rumble wires. And for the Xbox Series controller, it's gray, black, red, black from top to bottom. Or from bottom to top is black, red, black, gray. Alright, it's that side. Alright, now we have these really itty bitty screws, torque screws that we need to remove. I think I could hold down the retro side. Yeah, for sure, dude. I mean, you're already doing a killer job on your Instagram already. I bet there's some fans out there or followers who would want to interact with you in another way. Because right now you're kind of like, and I'm sure you have it this way based on preference. You're kind of just a channel and you do your thing, but people don't know you. And I think you have a unique story and unique takes and experiences. Like, I would watch a podcast with your questions. Your questions are usually good. So just throwing that out there, man. Not trying to glaze or anything, but just being real. If someone's got potential, you should probably let them know. And then it's up to them if they want to do something with it, you know? But I think there's definitely potential. Especially when you consider other things in this landscape. It's like, man, I think they just have a platform at this point, but their quality isn't necessarily there. And not trying to be mean, I'm just naturally competitive, and that's not just with video games. But healthy competition. Shouldn't be like wishing bad on people. Time for the sipo de lequa. Sparkling agua. Alright, let's get the... Is this another station I used the last time? I think I used the bigger nozzle. Yeah, I'm gonna swap that out. Just sub Player One? Yeah, dude. Yeah, motivate him to do stuff with YouTube. That would be sick. I think he should. Or even like if he did like did shorts and it like evolved, because that's a easier lift, right? Instead of telling you Player One what to do, or doing like something crazy like starting to make podcasts right away. But I bet you could probably adapt what you do already to like short form video content, because you're already taking sick pictures, you take sick angles. I feel like what you do could easily adapt to short form content, and then you could work your way, like build the confidence, build the flow up if you'd like to, right? I don't like for people to feel like I'm telling them what to do, but just an idea. That way you can basically treat it like a video game. I talk about it all the time. Gamify life. It is the best thing you could possibly do with it. Everyone should. It's a great community. Hell yeah. And I'm standing on business. It's kind of crazy. I've been a gamer my whole life, and I've never been to a video game convention, ever. So it's kind of crazy. My first video game convention, I'm kind of presenting myself as this like authority in retro repairs and video game repairs. It's like, yeah, man, I kind of do this, but I don't like to like say it or whatever. I guess maybe, yeah. I think that's gonna be interesting. Interesting perspective. And plus, I get to see what it's like firsthand too. I've been to tournaments though, so it's not like I haven't been to anything video game, like paralleled with the video game community, but it'd be interesting. Oh yeah, let me add some looks. So now I'm just adding leaded solder to all the solder joints of this analog stick module in order to make it easier to use hot air to desolder this thing. I'm mostly on IG for social, all about gaming, retro, modern. Yeah, definitely check out his Instagram, Russ, if you have one. I highly recommend. I enjoy like because I like basically all of Player One's posts. Whenever he makes a post, it shows up at the top of my feed, and they're usually well done, man. Well, let me not say usually. They're like always well done. So, highly recommend. I mean, I've gotten put on to certain games that I didn't even know about. And it's just cool to see a take from someone who like grew up in that era. Especially for me, kind of coming in the NES era. So, you know, I missed out on everything before that. And it's cool to see it. Alright, let's get this hot air thing. Get these old modules. That's what's up. I'm not. Upload to YouTube? Okay, Russ. Can't win them all. Totally understand. I do notice that people tend to just stick to the platform of their choice. Yeah, so lately the hot air method is my favorite method for removing old analog stick modules. I used to do it like remove solder one pin at a time. Yeah, bump that. This is way more efficient. Actually, I'm gonna lose a bunch of heat, but that's okay. so enjoy talking about the nostalgia. It's like reliving the moments from those days. Playing some of those games is like a snapshot of the glory days. Heck yeah. And like, I enjoy talking with you guys too and experiencing the nostalgia that you guys have, because especially talking with you, it's like an era of gaming I was just never a part of, so it's cool. Nice. Let's do the same thing there. Nice. That quick. Then now, I just come through with soldering iron. I just gotta clean up the holes. Yeah, player one. Is there like a game that what was the game that you've gone back to? Your classic game. The most recent retro game you've gone back to play. Excuse me. Have you seen the YouTuber My Retro Life? I feel I share a lot of his nostalgia in the videos with his dad in the 1860-bit video. Oh, no, I haven't checked that guy out. Tried it on the Sega Genesis over the weekend. Dang. Isn't that game pretty difficult? What are your thoughts on the difficulty of that game? Of course, it's got to be one hole. That's got to be difficult. And it's a ground plane, of course. So it just takes a bit more heat. He said it's a 6 out of 10 for me on the difficulty. Okay. So the last level can be kind of cheap in areas. Kind of have to cheese the game a little. Oh, okay. What kind of cheese? Is there like known strats in the community? In the Strider or Sega Genesis community? Curious about that. Let me add some solder. Nice, that did it. Alright, let's clean this one up. I grew up a little poor and didn't play video games too much, but I respect the old school. Nice. Archel, I have a ton of video games from the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check them out. Sounds interesting. Seems like they come highly recommended by you. Alright. Our plea on YouTube is funny. Yeah, the whole role-playing thing. I think GTA 6 is gonna make it, like, take that to the whole nother level. Yeah, kind of like waiting for the enemies just off screen and jumping back to reset their moves and attack, stuff like that. Oh, okay. So it's like skilled cheese. It's not like just raw Gouda, you know? It's that, like, brie cheese. Cheddar, if you will. Sharp cheddar. Trust me, being a Destiny player, I am very aware of cheese. Alright. We have a few more holes to clean up. I remember in like Destiny, the first raid ever, there was a cheese where you can push the final boss off the map and get the easy W, and everybody was doing it. That game, people notoriously say that game is made with spaghetti code because there's so much cheese in it. Alright, let's clean out these holes. Alright, almost there. Next is going to be the easy part. Installing components is always super easy. It's the removal. I played Destiny way back. I think I may still have it on old PC. Oh snap! Oh yeah, I'm a huge Destiny player. I think between D1 and D2, I probably have 6,000 hours, or dang near close. Like I was a Destiny gamer. I remember there was a story of me playing Destiny all night trying to get Crota's End when it was new, the new raid done. And I didn't go to sleep. And I went to work the next day and I was falling asleep standing up. Shout out to Al. He was the other lineman with me when I worked as a SMT machine operator. You know, building PCBs or operating the machines that build the PCBs. And like, he covered for me and he was like, dude, go to your car and take a nap. And he covered for me. I was like, I'll never forget something like that. Shout out to Al. Correction, D2. Oh yeah, you're right, because D1 wasn't on PC, it was a console only. Alright. I think the holes are good enough to install the new modules. Let's make sure the board is all cleaned up though. Yes sir. Things look good. Alright, let's get the new modules in. Gonna have to tack these boys down. Alright, brand new modules. Gully Kit. Shout out to Al. Yeah, shout out to Al. I wonder, he was an older gentleman. He was probably not too far from retiring. I wonder if he's still in the area. I'm sure he's retired by now. But shout out to Al. He did more for me than you'll ever know. In fact, he's the one, like, when I wear my jeans, I cuff them a certain way. And maybe in, like, one of the videos I'll make from being at Southeast Game Exchange in about 2 weekends, you guys will see how I cuff my jeans. And I kind of always wear my jeans that way now. And, yeah, he's the one that taught me how to do that. He was in the military, so I guess it was like a military tuck. I've never been in the military. So, shout out to Al. I hate to be all cringe and be like power of friendship, but a piece of Al is with me in my jeans. Pinch cuff? I think so, yeah. It's like you like pinch the pants over and then you roll it. So it gives it like a tapered look. I love that. I love the tapered cut. Maybe it's called pinched cuff? Yeah, pinch cuff. That sounds thick. Are you ex-military, Russ? Yeah, I've done that way back in the day with Doom 2 on PC with death matches. Oh yeah, man. Certain games, man, when you're at that age, it's just like then back to work at 0.01% energy. Facts. And back then, I didn't drink caffeine. 2025 is the first year of my life I started drinking caffeine or ingesting caffeine. And yeah, so that was just raw. No caffeine, just struggling. I was a raw mate, as me and my family like to say. He said no, they wouldn't take me. Oh my god. Hey man, your buns are too bad, okay? You gotta teach them buns good things, man. You can't have bad buns, man. Oh baby, now we got bad buns. And I don't think we can fry them. Now we got bad buns. Hey! How's that for a Tay-Tay reference? The youngest of Taylor Swift's. Fun fact, I used to listen to Taylor Swift when I was younger. Her first few albums slapped, man. I don't know what to say. Don't judge me, but yeah, man. Taylor Swift music used to slap. Nowadays, I couldn't be bothered. But back in the day, hell yeah. Run that Tay-Tay. Yeah, I was a bad kid, got into a lot of trouble. Oh, gotcha. Hey, man, I had that phase too, man. Boy, I don't know. I had something with like, I had this like tick against authority after like 16. Like one time I challenged like all my teachers in one day. It was weird. It was a weird time. 'Cause that's not how I was raised, and I always got in trouble both at school and at home. You know, Caribbean parents. Oh yeah, by the way, guys, I have commands now that should work on the Twitch side though. I don't know about the YouTube side. So like clip it. Yeah. I have commands and now they like link to let me see if it works. Commands. Yeah, Nightbot's there. I don't know why Nightbot's not doing his messages he's supposed to do. He's supposed to like do messages every so often. I guess I have to figure out how to get Nightbot working on the YouTube side, but he's definitely on the Twitch side. So like, if you do like exclamation point YT, that's for YouTube. It pulls up the link for YouTube. Exclamation point IG for Instagram. It'll pull up to Instagram. It's pretty cool. I don't know why he's not doing his timed messages. I'll have to figure out why he's not doing that and fix it. See, it's stuff like that that I do on the back end, like when I'm not streaming and I stay up way too late. But I just keep telling myself the more of that stuff I knock out, the easier it'll be. So that's what motivates me, just to make this more streamlined, reduce the friction. Alrighty, we have one TMR stick fully installed, fully soldered in. Now we're gonna do the other one. And I think that will call it for the night. Wait, how long have we been streaming? Oh, about 2.5 hours? Yeah, that's pretty good. Not bad for a guy who works full time. Excuse me. Crap, I spammed too much Nightbot commands because of the job, farm, and family. So your day job's a mechanic, and you have to run a farm, and you got the fam? My dude, shout out to you being here, man. That's a lot. And it seems like where you don't necessarily stream, you help facilitate. I mean, you're like active in that Discord, you're active in other tech streamers, and I feel like people got to show more appreciation for stuff like that. Or people helping where they can, you know? Because that shows you don't have a defeatist mindset. There's a lot of people, they'll just throw their hands up. Oh, I can't do it. I can't do anything. It's like, bro, you can do something. You know what I mean? Do something. Don't just throw your hands up. That gets on my nerves. So I always like when people just do what they can, man. You'll get far more respect from me. Not like my respect matters to you, Russ. I'm just a guy. You know what I mean? Just a guy who melts metal, in different locations. That's it. That's all I do. I'm like a metal bender from like Avatar: The Last Airbender. Yeah, I pay it forward because everyone was so welcoming to me. Yeah, facts, dude. And I want to do the same. Alright, we just gotta clean up one more side. Nice. Things looking good. A guy who repairs the flow of electrons. That's right. An electron bender. Alright, let's get this guy reassembled and calibrated. I should get an emote that says that. Calibrated. Don't even try to look it up. It's a real word. It's a real word. Oh, there it is. Alright, let's get these itty bitty torque screws in. And we don't have to fight with the PCB as we try to solder the motor wires back in. Stop it, I say. Stop screaming at me. Yeah, these soldering irons have timers, and if they're in idle for too long, they start yelling at you. Which I'm not mad at. It's actually a pretty nice feature, to let you know. I'm pretty sure that big old soldering iron is cooled off by now. Man, these antenna wires are always so annoying to try to snap in. Are you serious right now? What the heck? It's gotta be annoying. Now you guys can suffer with me. Watch, look at what I have to look at. Suffer. Alright, we got that in focus. Alright, so the left one goes on the left and the right one goes on the right. This tone has a sonic feel to it? Yeah, you're right. It was also low-key giving me like Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3 vibes. It's because of one particular sound. Yeah, I like these playlists, man. They're really good. Alright, got those guys in. And why not? While I have you guys in microscope view, we can go ahead and solder those wires in. Definitely has Sonic vibes. Ooh, favorite Sonic song or Sonic stage, or I guess music, stage music from the original trilogy. So which stage has your favorite music in the original Sonic trilogy? That should be a good one. See what you guys come up with. Now, Russ, I'm sorry. I don't mean to discriminate. I guess this is a question for player one and whoever else may want to ask. Because I know you said earlier that you didn't really grow up playing video games. Let's see. Gray, black, red, black. So we'll start from the top. Alright. Spin this thing over. And I'm gonna come through with final swabbing. This thing is pretty dirty. Is it gray, black, red, black? Yep. So let's do it. The community is back. Oh no. Pinch that wire. Okay. Wire unpinched. Giberino! Hello! Hydro City Zone Act 2. That's a good one. That's a certified hood classic right there. That's a banger. So for me, I would have to say, and you guys probably know this because I mentioned this before already, if you remember, but Mystic Cave Zone from Sonic the Hedgehog 2. And the runner-up is Green Hill Zone. That junk just slaps. But Mystic Cave, boy, them producers was cooking with avocado oil on that song, man. Hope this week's going smooth. Yeah, man. Had a little interestingness yesterday. My AC stopped working, but it was a simple fix. Thankfully. The AC in my house. And, you know, living in Florida, that could be very detrimental to your health. To your health bar, to your stamina. But yeah, week's going smooth. How about you, Giberino? How's your week been going, man? How's streaming? Alright. He said, yes, yes, sir, man. That honestly, it's hard. It's always hard for me to say which Sonic game in the original trilogy had the best music. It's always a toss between 3 and 3 and 2. But 3, the Michael Jackson soundtrack. That's what I call it. I guess without Sonic 3 and Knuckles, or with it, or Sonic and Knuckles. Or no, the original Sonic 3, because that had the original music. Chemical Plant Zone. Okay, Gene. Dang. Yeah, Chemical Plant Zone slaps. That's a banger. That's a banger. But see, that's Sonic 2. You see what I mean? Sonic 2 just got them bangers, man. It's kind of hard, man. It's difficult. It's difficult out here in these streets to give a hard answer as to which Sonic game is the one. Ooh man, AC during the summer. Ouch. Glad it was an easy repair. Did you repair the unit? Yeah, it's just the float, like the safety mechanism. If your drain pipe is clogged, or your drain pan is filling up with water to shut your AC off. For some reason, there was water in the float section, but my drain pipe's not clogged. So I think what happened is condensation buildup, and because of the angle that the builders set that drain pipe um, with the stopper, with the bobber, the lifter, the angle was pretty low, so all the water kind of sunk in there but didn't flow back. So it caused my AC to shut off, as it was intended. It is the safety mechanism. It's just annoying because, I checked everything else except that first. Like, I was checking, I went outside, and mind you, this is like 1 a.m. yesterday. So I'm like, I went outside. I'm like, okay, it's not that. Oh, wait, no. This isn't good. I was checking the contacts on my AC condenser. I was gonna check the capacitor, but I was like, nah, it's way too late for that. I don't want a frog jumping out at me. Oh man, yeah, the OG Sonic 3. Yeah, Chemical Plant Zone. Nice. Let's see, what are some other bangers? From Sonic 1, Marble Zone is a banger. Marble Zone is a banger. Marble Zone doesn't get enough credit. That's a goodie. Alright, let's go ahead. I wonder... Yeah, I do need the faceplate. So here, I'll reassemble it to that point. Alright, let's get these stump sticks back on there, the original ones. Alright, original thumbsticks installed. Let's get the faceplate on. So now they don't ever have to worry about stick drift again. No more stick drift. Shout out to Gully Kit. Even though they're mad at me probably right now because I didn't do that video for them yet. Because the idea of making a video is like actually demoralizing me a little bit, but I need to do it because they sent me product and I need to make a video. That's what they asked me to do. I should probably do it and keep my word. I feel bad because I'm not keeping my word. Road Rash for the Genesis has a good soundtrack for the era. Huh. Never heard of that game, dude. The heck is Road Rash? Is it like or what game is it like? Starlight Zone. That's the zone I was trying to think of, but I couldn't remember. Starlight Zone is a good one. Alright, let's go ahead and get this thing plugged in and calibrated. Let's pull up the window we had and I'll share my screen shared. Oh, now it's over here. Alright, vibration, it's good. Okay, so in order to calibrate Xbox controllers, you gotta use the Microsoft, alright, but they feel good. EXY, LV, triggers are good. Select, start. You know what's interesting? Is that like in this software for B12 to B15, like these units, the pattern is up, down, left, right. It's not in a circle. I feel like that's an Easter egg to like the Konami code, like up, down, left, right, A, B, select, start. Because I'm like, why make it in that order in particular? Up, down, left, right. Why not do it like 1, 2, 3, 4? You know what I mean? I always notice that, and I keep that in the back of my head. But anyway, let's go ahead and get this calibrated. We're gonna open the Xbox Accessories app. This is officially the best way to calibrate. Spring Yard Zone is also a banger. No, I have not played Road Rash. Dang, you're yelling at me. I guess it's that good. Oh, dang. My bad, Gene. I didn't know it was that good. Dang, my bad. I gotta play it. Why? You put me on, though. I'm gonna have to play it. G. Bruna said, can't complain, just finished working on a new intro BRB video, waiting a homie to send me some beats to finish it. Yo, getting more official with the overlays. I like that, dude. Yo, why is it every time someone gives me a controller, it needs an update? Why don't people update their controllers, man? What is this? What am I, the controller updater? Price line negotiator? What is this? What's going on, man? Ice Cap Zone. Oh yeah. That's a given. I didn't even think to say that, but you're absolutely right. Ice Cap Zone in the original soundtrack though. That is the OG soundtrack for Sonic 3, Ice Cap Zone. Wasn't that GTA 3 too? Wait, what was GTA 3? Road Rash? It's motorcycle racing, but you're using chains, pipes, and whipping butt. Oh, okay. So kind of like Twisted Metal, but with motorcycles? So like a battle royale Twisted Metal type game, Gene? Is that what it is? In my opinion, best OST for the Sega Genesis is Streets of Rage 2. All tracks are fire. Yo, I'm gonna have to go with player one on that one. I'm gonna have to go with player one on that one. Streets of Rage 2. I knew the soundtrack like 4 years before I knew what game it was, because my cousins used to play it. We're really big on video game OSTs. Like, I have the Sea of Stars OST on vinyl. I have the Scott Pilgrim vs. the World OST on vinyl. Like, I'm really big into video game music and like knowing the composers and stuff. And I knew Streets of Rage 2 by the music before I knew the actual game. So, just throwing that out there. That soundtrack's fire. It's actual racing from point A to point P. That is a good track. Yeah. Like the first stage, the banger. Certified hood classic. Yeah, the only Genesis games like I have like complete in box is Sonic 1 through 3. Those are the only ones. Like I have them, and pretty much for the music, man. The music's so good. The Genesis was what my cousins had. I never owned a Genesis growing up, funny enough. I'm trying to think. I'm looking at like my shelf here trying to see like what other game can we talk about the music? You know, I like F-Zero music a lot, but the original tracks, like the SNES versions of the tracks, because you know they've been remixed so many times, like Mute City and Big Blue. But I really do enjoy like F-Zero music. That's a good one. And Super Metroid music. I don't know why I'm on 16-bit right now, but Super Metroid's music absolutely, supertively, positively docious slaps. I just made all that up. Doesn't Sonic 3 come in like 2 parts? Yeah, there's like Sonic 3 and then Sonic 3 and Knuckles. I got you, Gene. Oh, I can't walk. My legs are still sore. Oh, hitting the gym. That hurt. Alright. So, here's Sonic 3. Right? Here's Sonic 3. I'll switch the camera real quick. So, Sonic 3. Right? And then, if you wanted the complete game, you needed Sonic and Knuckles. And then you lift the little lid. Some people have this lid broken off. And then you gotta combine the cartridges, man. You see that? You see that? You see the technology? You know what I mean? Can you believe we don't have a jacuzzi? Nah, but it was an interesting technology. I know it's a meme. Like, it was a meme for, like, the Sega Genesis. Like, where you just say and Knuckles for everything. Because you just keep adding on to it. Can't you use Sonic 2 on it also? Yes, and it allows you to play with Knuckles in Sonic 2. And it's interesting because his sprite is the Sonic 3 sprite, but in Sonic 2. It just looks kind of weird, but it is a cool feature. See, man, Gene's a gamer. He knows the stuff. He knows. Alright, onward to calibration, because I can talk and rotate sticks at the same time. Pause. Alright, let's do it. Oh, screen share. Alright, calibration, left stick. Recalibrate. Yes. Oh. Whoa, Cecily's. I guess I'm going too fast. Yes, the lock-on technology. That's what it was called. You know, lock-on technology always makes me think about if Rare actually did the stop and swap. Like, if they didn't can it. I think that would have been so cool. For like Banjo and Banjo-Tooie. to redo it. Those games can be added to Knuckles for bonus levels. Oh, really? And Sonic 1 too? I didn't know you could do it with Sonic 1. Alright, let me try it again. I promise you, I take this little recalibration thing so seriously. I feel like I lock in a little too hard sometimes, as if like I'm playing competitive Smash Brothers or something, or playing Soul Calibur 2 with Gene, because Gene's actually like really good at that game. Alright, now we can do the right stick. Nice. Oh, thanks. I mean, no glaze though, no glaze. I don't glaze people, but I do spit hot fire when something's true. Alright, let's go ahead and try. Let's exit out of this. Let's go here. And let's see what we got. Alright. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. Circularity's pretty good. Alright, let's test the circularity. I can click it. Oh yeah, that's Butamus. Butamus. Less than 8% is good. So, and circularity just means like how well is it trying to line up with this line. So if it overshoots like what it's doing right here, that's considered bad, and that's why this one is better. So the blue is like optimal, but it's almost nearly impossible to get 100%. I mean, maybe in the future they'll come up with that technology. Alright, let's get this controller fully reassembled, and then we're going to call it. I'm calling it like Lord Shax. Good to know. Yeah, man. Always trying to drop that knowledge like Ty Lopez. But I'm not in my garage. I'm in my office with all my knowledge. I should show my bookshelf, even though it's not books on it. Sorry. Yeah, it plays the sphere bonus levels with different layouts. You can even play Future Rage 2. Place Future Rage 2 on it for a different Sonic bonus stage. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I didn't realize that's how you unlock more of them. That's cool. Man, why did I take that off? Put all these screws back in, and that'll be that. That's good. Alright. That's good. These 4 screws. Oh, I can turn this off. I think it's a size bigger. But it's not. What the heck? Is my bit starting to go because I use it so much? I wonder. Okay. Excuse me. Oh, that's not good. Just spinning and spinning. Threads decided to go. Let's be super gentle with the rest of them. Yeah, see, that one stopped pretty good. Sometimes when these things take fall damage, the threads crack and they don't kind of rear their ugly head. So you're going to like really try to reconnect everything. Right? How does this work? Outside. Okay, so I'm guessing it's like this. Yes, it is. For Xbox Series X. Okay. Let's get the arms back on. Alright, final button check. And then that's that. Guess I'll clean up while I'm over here. Alright, let's go back to screen sharing shortly. Alright, connect it via cable. Actually, I could think. Oh yeah, because I have the wireless receiver. I could yeah, it's pretty good. Alright, so analog sticks are good. I'll do ABXY, LB, RB, triggers are triggering. Start select. Stick buttons, up, down, left, right, and Xbox button. That's a W. Uh-oh. No, I didn't want big picture mode. Stop. Give me my computer back. Alt F4. Alright. Alright guys, that's a W. That's a George W. Well yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that stream today. Today was a good stream. Just to recap, which is something I like to do at the end of the streams. Oh wait, sorry, I missed some questions. Last question for me for this stream. Favorite NES OST? Double Dragon. Double Dragon 1. Double Dragon 1 is my favorite NES OST. That was an easy one. That was an easy one. It's too easy. I'm playing. But yeah, I think we had a good stream today. Worked more on the Lift eFoil e-box. Got those wires reconnected. I think at this point, I think I could hand it over to the customer for testing. And then, you know, getting the TMR analog sticks installed on this Xbox controller. So I'll be able to deliver that. But yeah, today was good, man. Today was a good stream. You got a good little turnout. Appreciate all you guys for tuning in, as always, of course. I think for the rest of the evening, I think I'm going to just chillax, maybe work on the back end stuff, try to get that website newsletter working properly again. I'm not sure exactly what broke it, but I'll have to figure that out. But yeah, till next time. Also, remember, I do have a Discord, so join that if you haven't joined the Discord yet. I'm trying to be more active in there. I have a subreddit, trying to be more active on there. Website, YouTube, Twitch. I'm active on Instagram. Next stream should be Friday. Just a heads up for you guys, my streams are going to be a little different because I did in fact hire somebody Can you post a link to Discord? But of course I can post a link to the Discord. Here, let me go to my website. Because the Discord is on my website. Let me see if I can have an easier way of doing that. Let's see. Invite. Copy link. Hidden. Use copy button. Really? That's interesting. Oh, because Discord goes into streamer mode. Boom. Discord. Trying to think, but yeah, because I hired somebody, I'm gonna be training them certain days. So days that I normally would stream, I may not, or I'll just be walking in and out of the room pretty often. Because I think I want to get them started on PS5 HDMI repairs just to get them going. But I'm sure you guys will be patient and we'll work through it. But yeah, till next time, guys. See ya. Peace.